Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, stripes, makes, and confabulations.
What?
It's time for the Coon Prairie Ramblers. We're circled up here on the little
radio station on the prairie. Coming at you semi-live.
Yeah. And we're ready to go. We got a special guest here.
Yes.
Special.
Back. I was asked back.
Yeah, one of the few.
Yeah. Well, he's the only one that accepted.
The privilege, yeah.
Well, that could be, this might be, it's kind of like the old saying, first time shame on you, second time shame on me. You didn't learn the first time.
Okay. Well, the rest of them got away.
Yeah. Anyway, we have the deliverer.
The deliverer.
Yeah.
Mr. Kenneth Prescott in the flesh.
Yeah.
Right here.
And we got
in the
Luke,
house.
the rebel without a clue.
Still here.
And me, amiable, affable, fleet of foot mailman.
And the last behind the glass.
Yes, sir.
Miss Yerika, her own self.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question.
Yeah.
All right.
Where do you come up with these words?
Words?
We've been saying them long enough that we've memorized them.
It just comes natural, right?
Yeah,
it's a shtick that we've been using the whole time.
You don't rehearse these in your dreams.
For 3 years.
They just pop out.
He may rehearse them at the house. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it works.
Well, when KC was here, he was always jealous that I had more words than in my title than
his introduction. Yes, he had a lot more.
He was KC in the Moonshine Gang.
Yeah, he wanted some more.
He says,
adjectives.
Give me some more of that.
More description.
So you're saying your vocabulary area was larger than his?
No, I didn't say that. he had a cowboy vocabulary, which I did not.
Oh. Yeah, it's tit for tat. Everybody's a little bit different.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I did dub him the Sage of Nocatee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Wise Guy of Nocatee.
Let's see, if you made it all the same, then it would be boring.
Yeah.
I did the introductions one time. I wrote it all down. And I called Mel. I said, anyhow, on board today is the bearded Buckeye, that Pavarotti of the prairie, Mel the Magnificent.
Oh, man, I like that.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And about KC, what did I say? I said,
it's going to be good.
KC was the purveyor of pleasantries and wealth of witty wisdom. KC, the pride of Nocatee.
Wow.
That's what I call them.
Hey, do something for the deliverer.
Well, give me time to think of it.
Yeah.
Don't put him on the spot.
Yeah, what's the matter for you? Anyhow, what we're going to talk about?
Operated under pressure.
Yeah, very poorly.
Well, as I brought up a while ago, I noticed that Trump has come up with a new, instead of 5 being in the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, now we're going to have a 6th.
Really?
Space Command.
What?
Good night.
That's
neat. That's almost sci-fi sounding.
It sounds scary.
Lucy.
So what does he want?
Well, they didn't give a whole lot of information. It was from the news report. The Pentagon and the military was dumbfounded by it. So.
Well, what are they going to do with it? Spy on other countries?
Yeah, man.
Be able to zap them from outer space?
Dude,
it's.
I want to enlist and get into it.
Well, they pointed out there was Air Force personnel already doing that.
Yeah.
But they're. Because it's part of the Air Force, what they're doing as far as space stuff, they're short, money-wise, they're short changed because the Air Force is more into fighter planes and bombers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're separate. They want to separate it out.
Yeah, in Army, all you got to do is buy uniforms for them.
Well, uniforms.
You know, the Air Force did come out of the Army.
Yes.
So
back in the 40s.
So we're having another genesis, or another...
There's a word for
another birth.
Birth. That's a good one.
There you go.
By creating another Defense Department within the defense. And
y'all know that China's already got a spy satellite up there. Had it for years.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Peking Tom.
Yeah.
So it's watching us at all times. So be careful what you're doing out there.
Well, since you brought China up, it was pointed out during that because China has come up with a satellite killing missile now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's several years ago, and that's got, with as much junk floating around the Earth, far as satellites, and there's a bunch of them, since they've come up with something, they need to come up with a countermeasure, is what it amounts to.
You're right. For every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. Mm-hmm. We need to be on the defense about this.
But, that just expands because, I mean, how much more damage really we can do here on Earth without now let's get into space and do what we
Yeah.
It's almost sci-fi thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You remember as young and watching science fiction pictures. So.
Exactly.
Well, President W. Bush,
Dude.
he got to create Homeland Security. So yeah, why can't Trump create something?
Trump wants to trump that.
Yeah, right.
Well, you get to think about some of the stuff that's been done. It's just like Trump came in office and he killed a whole lot of stuff that Obama came up with.
Yeah.
Well, is the next president going to come in and say, well, we're going to bring this program to an end?
Well, if you make it big, like they have, they didn't like Homeland Security because it's so intrusive, and they, they pat your girlfriend down, and things like that. But
just an excuse to do that, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
But I mean, so they haven't done away with that, and it wasn't very well liked. So I don't know if you make it big enough and sticky enough, you can't get rid of it.
You're right.
Yeah, well,
I just made that up.
If people still go around killing people, then it makes a reason why we really need to continue it. So it's
What do you think it's going to be like? There's going to be something up there floating around in space that's actually manned? I wonder.
I don't know.
I envision those Star Wars, those white guys in helmets. Stormtroopers up there floating
How
around.
you know they're white guys? They got on helmets. You can't tell.
Well, hey, no, I knew one of them was black. I remember because he took
Could
his
be.
helmet off.
Yeah, but he was bad.
Oh, he was bad.
Like Leroy Brown. I'm bad.
You're talking about Darth Vader. Yeah, he wore the black one.
Yeah, but there was that one who stormtrooper who took his helmet off, and he was about him, right?
Yeah.
He was.
I missed that movie.
He was.
Well, when he finally was coming to his demise, he pulled his helmet
Are you
off.
talking about Darth Vader?
Yeah,
He did
I
that.
think
He
that's
took
who it
his
was.
helmet
The
off
only
and
one.
He looked like a toad or something other. He looked all ugly and.
Well, because I think
gnarly.
he'd been beat up enough.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because in the Genesis or in the original, the prequel Star Wars prequel, it shows how Darth Vader came to be about.
Right.
And he was about halfway toasted by the time when they turned him into a $6 million man.
Yeah, they put him back together.
Yeah.
But you almost, of course, we keep thinking of the sci-fi pictures. They're creating something, but are they going to need soldiers? I mean, doesn't that include the Army when you start doing
Somebody's got
or
to
Marines or something? Now we need foot people.
Yeah.
Not all button pushers.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. There you go. Boots on the ground. But instead of this, it's boots in space.
Flying boots.
With little wings on them.
That's right.
So you can guide them around.
Yeah.
So
why not?
It just. Of course, we ain't gonna be around to see if it just grows.
Wait a
It'll
minute.
And what it really materializes into.
Grandkids and kids may see some of it.
All the thing we're gonna see is we need more money.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Well, that's a constant. That's a constant.
So it's go from a $1 billion budget to.
I mean,
you got to justify it, so they're going to get some kind of general there to say.
Any government has always required money. I mean, way back in Jesus' day,
Render under Caesar what Caesar's. That's right.
Yeah. Hope you don't take too much.
And the guys on the bottom always pay.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. The little man always will.
Yeah.
There's no way to change that.
And actually, in that parable, the fish paid.
The fish paid.
I mean, that's getting low.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the fish have to pay up.
What scale are the fish working on?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, fish, can I borrow a fin?
Well, it's going to be, like I say, it'll be interesting to see what happens out of that new Department of Defense that they'll start.
Yeah, I'm glad you had your antennas because I missed that whole thing.
Wow.
When did that happen?
That happened yesterday.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, he made an announcement.
I was taking a nap yesterday. That's when it happened.
Well, that's some people. I've been missing mine later, but some people, it's, I'm gonna miss it again today. So
feeling nappy, we're gonna have to nap ourselves right on out of here. So we're down to that time. So y'all sit tight. We'll be back with segment 2 in a short.